What's up, folks? Thanks for clicking on the video today. This one, man, yesterday I went out fishing and I just had a blast. Caught a lot of good fish throwing this right here. This is the Picasso Buzzsaw, double buzzer, and it's just white with gold blades. This has been one of my favorites. They're really inexpensive. I think they're $7.99 or something like that, $8.99. But I mean, in the grand scheme of the prices today, that's pretty inexpensive. Anyway, they love this freaking thing. This was in a 3/8. I've always thrown a 1/2 ounce. Yesterday I was throwing the 3/8. Not concerned about long casts because I was on the Delta. The key was putting it on the bank. Had to be right at the edge of the bank, much like the frog tournament was for me a few weeks back. But that's not what I wanted to show you. I want to introduce you to the main player of that epic time on the water yesterday. And some of you know I've got quite a few rods in the last couple of months. And yesterday I found the place for this one. One of the places. I won't say it's the only, because these rods are really, really versatile. They can be this particular rod, and we'll go over it, all the techniques that I imagine using it for. But man, for a buzzbait, it was phenomenal. And the casting ability and precision casts I was able to make with this rod was just, I mean, it was key to the bite. Because if you landed that buzzbait more than a foot off the rocks, you weren't getting bit. And I don't know why the fish are that way. They're a little moody sometimes. But anyway, this rod just made it a pleasure all day. And that's the Quercus by IROD, and that's the 744CH, which is a heavy, and it's called Bass Warrior's Workhorse. Lure rating is 1/4 to 1.5 ounce. Line says 10 to 20. You can see I've got braid. Maybe you can't see. It's kind of hard to see there. I've got braid, okay? That's what I threw it on all day. And man, what a pure pleasure to fish this rod. It was so much fun. I got a Daiwa Tatula 100 on there. Oh, no, that says it's a 200. Okay, I'm wrong. Daiwa Tatula 200, 7.3 to 1, 3/8 ounce buzzbait. And half the day I threw it with no trailer. The other half I threw it with a spunk shad, just in a bait fish, you know, shad color. But check out the weave in that rod, how pretty that is. Anyway, this rod I believe is $199. It's again the IROD Quercus 744 Bass Warrior's Workhorse. And man, that's just it. What a workhorse, man. You can do so many things with this. Buzz baits, spinner baits. You can pitch with it. You could flip with it if you wanted to. It's a little shorter for me to flip with. I prefer a 7.6 to flip, or an 8 foot to flip. But it'll do it. I mean, that's the whole point. All right, you guys ready for the bend test? Let's take a look at this. Lots of power, lots of fun with this one. Very sensitive. Not that with the buzzbait you need to know that, because man, they were crushing it. But it had all the power that I needed to get them out of the weeds, and that's why I was fishing it over the tops of weeds. Of course, they'd hit it, pull me down, set the hook, and getting back to the boat, there was some weeds, some grass. So it had all the power in the world to get the fish back to the boat. Top waters, you could use it for top waters, and you'll see in the bend test that I'm going to do for you here that it's got a pretty good bend to it, but it's got lots of power. Okay, bend does not mean weak. Bend means you got fighting power. Let the rod do some of that work for you. When the fish jumps and is surging and all that, you let the bend of the rod do the work. So I've been very, very impressed with the IROD and its versatility. And it's not just this model. I'm kind of running into that fact that, you know what, it's with all of their models. All of their models are very versatile. There's multiple techniques you can do with them. So I don't really see leaving rods behind at home too often when I go to an event, because I think they're all going to have a place in, for instance, a 754, right? You think it's the same rod. It's similar. It's not the same. Now, this rod has the beautiful cork handle, and I don't know if you can see the pattern in that nut there. I'm sure you can in the ring here. Okay, the Quercus has the cork handle, whereas the Gen 3, the Crusher, and the Air do not. So that's kind of unique, and it's got the blue lettering here. But very, very attractive, good-looking rods. Fuji Guides has the nano carbon custom reel seat. You can see there your hand's going to be all on blank. So, and the hook keeper there, that's the preferred hook keeper for me, right? So you can just slip your hook in there. I don't like the closed ones. Some people do, some people don't. I like the open ones. I have had no problems with line getting in there. It's just too close to the reel seat. It shouldn't be a problem. I have not had a problem with that. Man, what a fun time this rod was. I'm telling you, this was a blast. And man, if you're looking to rejuvenate your fishing and go out and have some time, this is a rod I would check out. Seriously, you can frog with this. This would be a great frogging rod. Flipping, pitching, Carolina rigging, jig rod, without a doubt a jig rod. Man, the list just goes on and on. I wouldn't call it a crankbait rod. You can definitely throw some swim baits with it. Paddle tail swim baits, like on a beast hook type stuff, like the trash fish or any of those others. It will handle without any issue a mag draft or a Zaldangerous loaded or unloaded swim bait. Man, the list just goes on and on. If you're someone that doesn't have a lot of rods or doesn't want to have a lot of rods, which I like rods, I've got a lot of rods. I've been selling rods off, and I've been buying IRODs. What else could we do with this? Let me think. Oh, you could chatterbait rod with it if you really want a strong rod for chatterbaiting. You could do that. Be a great swim jig rod. Other top waters, yeah, big spook type rods. Some guys like, you know, more moderate. Some like more meat. It just depends on your taste. But yeah, I actually liked this rod enough that when I got home yesterday, I called IROD and spoke with Matt Newman. If you don't know, Matt Newman's the owner of IROD. He answered the phone. We talked for quite a while, got some info on some other rods, techniques that I want to explore, and what his advice was on certain rods, the differences, because hey, there's a lot of rods out there. So if you want to know, ask questions down below in the comments. If I don't know the answer, I'll get it for you. I'll talk to Matt and find out. And lead you to, but I'm telling you, man, this rod was a kick in the pants. It was fun. It was so easy to cast and so accurate. And that was the key. Like I said, the cast had to be accurate, right on those rocks, and bring it back to the boat. And boy, we had a good time yesterday, and I just had a blast with this rod. Came home, ordered another one because it was so fun. And actually, I ordered a couple other ones too because of the same reason. But we'll go over those at another time. Today, it's the 744 Bass Warrior Workhorse by IROD. Check them out. If you like this kind of content, subscribe if you're not already, and leave a like and a comment. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.